What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh players? It's the RJB0 coming at you on this early Wednesday morning. And today's show is for anybody who has decided that Yu-Gi-Oh is too broken to play, or so they didn't get into it or didn't get back into it, or anybody who has quit Yu-Gi-Oh for a format because it was just too stupid. Today I want to talk about when the best formats are, or when the best time is to play Yu-Gi-Oh competitively. And there are a couple of things that factor into whether a format is totally broken or is actually pretty good and slow. Slow formats tend to be better formats because they promote diversity. When a format's really fast, a lot of good decks, or decks that would be good, can't keep up, so you see a lot less of them. Things like agents see a lot more play in a slow format like this one, and I'm going under a tunnel, don't worry about it. But also, you have your actual formats, which Konami decides, and then you have sets coming out, which change the format. But the good and bad formats seem to follow the seasons. So let me walk you through that. Your first and worst format is going to be in the spring. Spring seems to be when Konami just kind of decides that they have a lot of shit to sell, so they aren't going to take any crap from the Yu-Gi-Oh players, the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh players, and they cut all the diversity and out of a format and just make it fast and broken. You see things like that with last format, where the only a few things were kind of competing with Rabbit and Inzektor and Wind Up, and Konami just kind of kicked them in the nuts, and then proceeded to make other broken things. You see it with the 2011 spring format with Six Samurai and Fish Synchro. They just kept piling on the brokenness, and it was terrible. So the spring is a god-awful time to play, usually. I really hope they prove me wrong next year. Summer and winter are kind of okay, because usually summer and winter, they do have those broken decks. 2011, you did have the Rabbit Dino, or the Dino Rabbit, the Wind Up and Inzektor top 3 kind of thing, but you did see diversity, like Marquise Henderson, I believe that was his name, winning with TG. There was still a little bit of diversity because the format has shaken out by that time. People know how to beat the top decks, and so the format either slows down a little, or people start coming out of the woodwork. However, if you want to find the best time to play Yu-Gi-Oh competitively, it is right now. And I mean right now. Fall is Konami's competitive player appeasement season. They start spewing reprints like they've got a bad stomach flu, and they make slow formats like this one right now, where you start seeing notoriously good players topping at events because it's a more skillful format, so those with, more skill start winning, and you see a heck of a lot of diversity. Take YCS Indy, where you had Girja, you had Agents, you had Chaos Dragon, you had Wind-Ups, you had all sorts of decks topping at that event because it's a slow format. However, at the beginning, during September, there's usually a best deck. In this case, Wind-Ups, that people haven't quite figured out how to beat yet. But by the time October comes, people will figure that out, and right now, people can beat Wind-Ups, so there's a lot more diversity in the format. Which means there's a lot more skill in the format, and you can have a lot more fun play. So if you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively, but you don't want to be around when it's all broken and fast and die-rolly, now is the time. Because come November, they come out with the new structure deck and the new set and a new broken format, and the whole cycle starts all over again. So there you go. I hope that helps, and this is the RJB0 signing out.